Hey everyone, it's Lauren here at Mill City Roasters. I am here to talk about some really exciting coffees today and a new product that's available on our website. Whenever you see me behind the camera, a lot of times I'm talking about sensory experience and flavor and how to become a more thoughtful and present coffee taster, how to expand your palate, and just to have a wider vocabulary for coffee. A question that we get a lot from students is, how to become a better taster, how to become better at naming flavors that you're experiencing, and at the same time, how can you expose yourself to different unique coffees and kind of taste things that are out of the ordinary, that are coffees that you wouldn't normally expect. We also talk a lot in class about really high-end coffees, these $20, $40, $60 retail bags of coffee that might be a special varietal or a rare processing method or from a really exclusive producer. A lot of times, those are the coffees that are once-in-a-lifetime coffees. Those are experience coffees. I served coffees like those in cafes, and the people who sought them out were really our coffee enthusiasts. They were people who knew that there was something very, very special about a cup of a Geshe or an anaerobic processed coffee. Really, highly priced auction lot coffees were worth buying once in a while just to experience some really rare and unique flavors. In the hopes of bringing coffees like this to all of you, we have built a new brew box for the winter. If you remember last year, we built a brew box that was a blend component box. We took one of our holiday blends, Snow Blind, and broke it down into its components as single origins, and then we offered the blend in a retail bag. That was a way for us to taste what each of those components is bringing to a blend and how they sort of come together to make something that's even better than the sum of its parts. This brew box is incredibly special. It is composed of 4 super unique, rare, and exclusive coffees that we're carrying right now and that we have a relationship with from our own greens page and our own coffee buying relationship with some of the producers. These are coffees that are all from one country. The country is Colombia. So we're sort of calling it the Colombian Exploration Box. This is a brew box that gives you the opportunity to taste an incredible amount of variety from within one producing country and explore the impact of processing methods on different coffees. So the way that we've set up this brew box and the way that I'd love for you to taste these coffees if you get this brew box is as a flight. I've set it up today as a simple cupping, but this would be a beautiful brewed coffee flight. I can imagine these in little decanters or wine glasses set out as part of a group tasting. I can also imagine them just enjoyed one at a time as a really special pot of coffee, maybe while you have some friends or family in town for the holidays. The brew box is going to have 1 tube of each of these coffees. Each tube is about 70 or 75 grams, so enough for a big pot or a couple pour-overs or several cuppings. And I want to talk about these coffees in just a moment, but before I do, I want to talk a little bit about a little extra bonus that we're going to put in the first 50 of these brew boxes. Slip and Slurp is a coffee tasting guide that's written by Frida Yuan. Frida is a 3-time World Cup Tasters champion, and she is a professional coffee taster. She's written this book as a way to help other people learn more about how to taste and how to evaluate and experience coffee in a really intentional and careful way. This book is beautiful. I want to shout out first to the art direction and photography, which is by Long Long Han and Rebecca Yuchi Chen. You can see that there's gorgeous photography in the book, and it's really approachable and accessible. It takes some of the practices of professional cupping and explains them in a way that feels like everyone can do it. Frida really comes to coffee tasting from a perspective of almost meditation and makes it feel really soothing and relaxing and intentional. I've really enjoyed reading this book. I'm looking at ways that I can incorporate some of the ways that she writes about tasting into our classes and to hopefully build a full sensory focused class that's just based on tasting for our students. So if you buy this brew box right away, the first 50 people will get the book in the brew box. So you can kind of treat those as a pair. this would make it an exceptional gift for the coffee person in your life. And we've also got the book on sale on our website separately. So getting into these coffees, I just want to talk briefly about what we'll experience in the brew box. We've got a lot of rare varietals and a couple unique processing methods. The order in which I would recommend tasting these kind of goes from the lightest and brightest flavors all the way to the heaviest and most syrupy, and that's also how they'll be listed on the tasting card, starting with the pink Bourbon. The pink Bourbon, it's a pink Bourbon varietal. This is a fully washed coffee using a very slow and extensive 3-day wash processing method. I think that this is the brightest, cleanest, and lightest weight coffee in the set. The primary sort of tasting notes that we got out of it were flavors of key lime, peony rose, and clementine. It's just really light and crisp. This is really the white wine or even the champagne of this box if you want to come to it from a wine perspective. It's a really, really beautiful, just light, delicate coffee. The second coffee in the cup, in the brew box, is one of my favorite. This is a yellow Bourbon that is semi-washed, so a natural process coffee. Both the pink and the yellow Bourbons come from the Huila region in Colombia. The yellow Bourbon has a very distinct spice note, and we've actually used it in our holiday blend, Wassail, which is also available online as a greens pre-blend. The yellow Bourbon brings the note of cardamom to the Wassail. So this is like a spicy, sort of baked apple, almost like a chai spice flavor experience. With the semi-wash processing method, it maintains a really nice balanced sweetness. It reminds me of clover honey, creme brulee, nutmeg, dried apples, and of course that cardamom note that is unmistakable. These two coffees together are really great examples of the Bourbon varietal and an exceptional representation of the Huila region. Moving over to the Geshe, this is the Geshe Marsala. These next two coffees are from the Tolima region, and they actually come to us direct from the Bader brothers, who we are buying these coffees from and helping our customers have them drop shipped directly from Colombia. Now, there are a number of notable roasters in the U.S. that are carrying coffees from Shady and Elias Bader, and everyone's doing a great job roasting them. We're really, really excited to have both of these available to our customers right now. A lot of us know the Geshe varietal. It is highly prized. It's an heirloom varietal. It's the descendant or the ancestral coffee, sort of the first coffee varietal to ever exist. And the reason that people love it is because it has huge tropical fruit flavors. It's just really unique and different. In the Marsala Geshe, this is a natural process coffee. It is really rich and sweet. We get notes of strawberry hard candy, pink lemonade, pineapple, and kumquat. Actually, when I ground it just a moment ago, it hit me in the face like a pink starburst. It's just really like candy sweet and tropical and unique, very unlike coffees that I've ever had before. The last coffee in the kit is a varietal called Java, and the farm is El Eden. This is also from the Tolima region, also from the Bader brothers. And this is, like finishing your flight of wines with a big, heavy Cabernet Sauvignon or even an Old Vine Zinfandel. This coffee is very syrupy, heavy, and coating, super big fruit, notes of berries and cream, guava, mulled wine, and blackberry. This is also a natural process, but it borrows from the winemaking world and utilizes a method called carbonic maceration. Carbonic maceration is an anaerobic fermentation method, so the whole coffee cherries are put into stainless steel tanks and they're fermented without oxygen. This creates really unique and rare, boozy, heavy, rich flavors. Tasted as a flight, these coffees will blow your mind. It's hard to believe that they all come from one relatively small country. It's hard to believe that these all kind of come from the same plant. That's all the coffee plant. I think that flights like this are an exciting way to explore the huge diversity we get within the world of coffee flavor, and also to learn a little bit more about some of the wild and rare flavors that are available within one region, and expose yourself and expose other people to coffees that you've probably never been able to taste before. So if you're watching this video right now in November of 2021, this brew box is going to be available throughout the winter. We're offering several roast dates so that when you order it, it will be roasted on that day, that specific day that you've selected, and it will ship out the next day. We do have a date available mid-December in the hopes of making sure that this brew box is underneath the Christmas tree or available for your holiday gifting, but we will continue to roast these through into January and February as long as supplies last. These are really special coffees, and we're really excited to share them with you. So if you've ordered one, thank you. If you've gotten yours already and you've tasted it, leave a comment or some notes down below to let us know what you think. We could not be more excited about these coffees, and we can't wait for you all to try them. So thanks so much for watching, and enjoy.